Hello, glad you could join us. I'm Blake Reno. This is Gil Warner. This is Bill Mariner. Hello. We're part of the Reno Dream Team, and basically we're here to talk about a concept and what we found is a perfect way to make some more money. We were all drawn to this because that's what we were looking for, is a way to make some more money. And really the thing that we learned is that one way or another, you need to be in business for yourself. And you may not have been thinking about a business or anything of this nature, but that's really how you take control of your future, your own destiny. It's how you can take control of your time. Is you need to be in business by yourself, not by yourself, for yourself.
Yes.
So, and that's one of the cool things we'll get into is in this, and what we're about to show you is you are not in business by yourself. So, what we want to talk to you about is a business concept, and really, back to the fact that you may not be thinking about a business, but if you want to change your life, you want to add income, you want to make more money, you want to take advantage of the tax advantages that are left for us to do, you really do need your own business. But when you look at businesses, you and I, Gil, have been in a lot of businesses, and frankly, we didn't really want another business.
Well, they were traditional brick and mortar businesses, and with a business like that, you've got employees, you've got paperwork, you've got legalities, you've got overhead of a building like we had, all of the expenses of that.
Yeah, not to mention just the startup cost alone.
I mean, exactly.
Well,
that's basically what's keeping me out of
right, and that's where we're at.
That's what keeps most people out of a traditional business, a startup. Franchises are expensive.
Well, and how do you, if you've got a job and you've got income coming in, it's paying your bills, but really you're looking for something more.
Right.
How do you make that quantum leap where you go from there? You can't just say, okay, I'm just going to jump up. Yes, that's called an entrepreneur, and that happens, and that's a tough life.
The answer to that is a home-based business,
and that's
where all the experts on growing trends are saying that's one of the largest trends right now is home-based business. It affords you the best tax advantages of any kind of a business is a home-based business, and in most cases you can get a home-based business started for very little money.
In most cases, you don't have employees.
You don't have any of the headaches of a traditional type business. You don't have the paperwork issues, the having to have a building and paying a rent, and as a matter of fact, you can pay yourself rent on your tax returns using a room in your own house.
Absolutely.
Besides writing off all your your electric bill and your phone bill and all of those things. That's why home-based business is the best of all the tax strategies that there are of lowering your tax.
Well, and the second one to that would probably be taking advantage of one of the biggest things there is out there today, which is the internet.
Exactly.
A
home-based business that is on the internet is a real winner.
That's
the way to go.
Yeah, because you're not confined by the walls of your house.
Yeah.
You have everything open to you. It's just
the world.
Yeah.
The world is literally open.
You can compete with the big boys because you can conduct business globally, and anywhere in the world where the internet is available, and English speaking, unless you speak other languages, then it opens it up.
Absolutely, and really, that's what we're here to talk about. Is really a home-based business that takes full advantage of the internet online.
Stretches globally.
And probably one of the most unique things about it is we're talking about a business that you can make money doing what you're already doing.
That's what attracted me to it. It made so much sense because when you came to me with it and you said, Gil, I want to show you something that you can build a business with money you're already spending, doing something you're already doing. Well, that caught my attention. Well, if I'm already doing it, and you mean I can make a business out of it? Right. Well, tell me about this.
And it requires, and really what that is it requires a system, to be able to take advantage of what you're already doing. When you're going and you're spending money on the everyday items that you need and everything else, it's having a system around it that somehow tracks that and brings it back to you. So you know, that's really, you know, what this comes down to is, and we use the term consumers, because that's really what we all
Well, that's
are.
what we all are as
You know,
consumers, yeah.
and this business really is building consumer networks. And, you know, most people say, well, what do you mean by building a consumer network? Well, here's what it is, and let's use a very quick analogy. I go to a store, I don't care what store it is, it doesn't really matter, I get a good deal on something, and I know that Billy's kind of in the same habits or whatever, he knows the same things, and I go and I tell him, look, go over here, they got a great deal on that. Okay, that's networking.
I do that all the time.
Right, everybody does
Right.
that, you know, it's networking, you want to share and whatnot. Well, okay, that's all you're doing here. And because you do that, the stores involved and the people who are involved behind the scenes and all of the different people who provide those products reward us for that personal contact of saying, hey, Billy, go over here and buy it. It's a better deal. It's a better way of getting it. Okay, simply that's what it is. I mean, you know, how many people do this all the time?
Well,
I mean,
we all do
right.
it. We do it without even thinking about it.
Right. I mean, it's a very natural thing. So you need a system around that to make money doing it.
Right now, you're just a little more aware of the fact that you're doing it. You're a little more disciplined on how you're doing it. The big difference is now you're building a business around it. You're getting getting paid to do it now.
Right. So, you know, really what we're talking about is having a system that provides us with 3 million plus products, which are also growing all the time. You know, everything from Sears to Ace Hardware to Best Buy to Barnes and Noble. I can go on and on. I mean,
Right, these are all places that we all shop at anyway.
right. So, you know, and now because of being involved in a system and two great organizations behind those systems, which we'll get into that on some of the other videos, which you'll, as you get into this website, you'll see that on the video library page, we get into a lot of different topics, you know, where we talk a lot more in depth. You know, we're trying to keep this one down to less than 10 minutes just to give you the basic concept of what we do.
This is our introduction. The other videos are going to get into more specifics so that you can do your due diligence. You'll be able to do some research here and see if this is something that you're interested in.
So really to sum it up, here's the business concept of building consumer networks. Basically you change your buying habits to where, you know, you buy stuff, and let's back up for a moment. The first thing we do is we help you set up a store. Only takes a few minutes, doesn't cost very much at all. It's set up, it's ready to go. Not only can you shop at your store, but anybody else that you want to bring to your store can shop at it too. It doesn't take your time, you know, your mom, dad, whoever, you know, someone who doesn't necessarily want to make more money, but they still want to get that deal that you're talking about, they can come shop at your store.
Right.
All online, all virtual, no paperwork, no product handling, no money handling. We do that first, we set up the store. Then you build your consumer network by saying, hey Billy, here's a good deal. Hey Gil, you know what we need to do. If you want to make money, we set you up a store just like we did with you. It takes a few minutes. Now everybody you talk to, everybody you bring into the consumer network, as they consume products, as they buy shampoo, as they buy toothpaste, as they buy coffee, as they buy, I mean, 3 million products, I can go on and on for a while. As they buy those, the system tracks everything and you're rewarded for what is purchased. You didn't sell it. You simply said to somebody what you do automatically right now, here's a good deal, go take advantage of it. You set them up in their store so now they too can do the same thing by making some money. They don't have to, but they can. It's building a consumer network.